Okay, apologies for that. Did my
That's okay.
helper leave? Did you happen to notice, did Mr. Alejandro leave, or did he just log off for a minute?
He didn't say anything, but yeah, he just disappeared.
Okay, the server kicks people sometimes, and it might have just kicked him. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I had to make room on a body cam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some rules and regulations with you quick, okay, sir? And what's going to happen is you're going to have to decide whether or not 100% that the Army is for you after I kind of go through them and agree to them, not only verbally, but in a typed yes, you agree in the chat box. Okay, sir?
Okay, understood.
So I am DFG Lulubean, and the gentleman who was with us was Colonel Alejandro Valentino.
Hi, nice to meet you.
It is nice to meet you too. I did want to let you know that in regards to once you join the military, all of these rules and regulations and how you go about ranking up and everything will be able to be found on our faction chat, in the different chat boxes on our faction, just so you are aware, and that way you can refresh your memory on things. We also have plenty of people online, usually, who will be able to help you or answer any questions you may or may not have, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go over the 10 Army rules first. So the first rule is no disrespectful attitudes towards any colleagues or civilians. Punishment is a reprimand or dismissal of the soldier. That means you need to be polite to everybody, even gang members. Number 2, address Army, PD, medics, and civilians using sir or ma'am. Punishment is a warning if you don't. 3, any corruption is forbidden, meaning asking for a bribe or money, goods, or services, or taking a bribe from anyone in exchange for goods, money, or services. Punishment is dismissal of a soldier. Number 4, using firearms, physical force, or special equipment without permission or without warning. A significant reason you can use them is during threat to the life and health of a soldier or surrounding citizens, or unauthorized entry into the territory of the military base. Punishment is 1 reprimand or dismissal of a soldier. 5, soldiers can't take a special car carrier without permission from a general or deputy or leader. Punishment is a warning. 6, insubordination or not following orders of the generals, the deputies, or leaders. Punishment is a reprimand or dismissal of a soldier. 7, using company vehicles for personal purposes. Punishment is a reprimand or dismissal of a soldier. Violating rules of the server is number 8. Punishment is a reprimand or dismissal of a soldier. Number 9 is leaving the military base in uniform and or with a weapon. The base can only be left with the permission of a general, deputy, or leader. Punishment is a reprimand. And 10, 2 warnings are equal to 1 reprimand. 3 reprimands means removal from the Army. So what all that means is basically you have to be willing to show respect to everybody. You have to be willing to follow commands and orders given to you by anybody higher than any of the generals, and even those who are hard hats that are higher than you. You also need to make sure that you understand you cannot use you cannot drive any of the vehicles on the base, which goes into the 5 base rules. So the 5 base rules are no AFK, which means not away from your keyboard. Do not leave your phone and go do something. If you do get an AFK, you will be sanctioned with a reprimand. No driving on the base without permission from a general. Generals are the only ones that can give you a permission to spawn a vehicle. And as soon as you spawn that vehicle, you need to despawn the vehicle. You will be shown that during your tour as well. In regards to spawning and despawning a vehicle, you have to have express permission. If you get caught doing it without permission, again, it's a warning. And again, 2 warnings equal 1 reprimand. 3, no unlawful shooting or tasing of soldiers, civilians, PD, medic, or anyone else, including with tasers. So you're not allowed to just shoot people or tase people whenever you want, however you want. You need to have the proper training, and you need to know when you can and cannot tase or shoot people. And you will get some of that training. You will definitely have to have it before you can rank up to a sergeant. 4, you need to respect all soldiers, especially anyone that's in a higher ranked position. 5, no leaving the base without permission from a general, and you must be accompanied by a general, sometimes a colonel, depending on the situation, if you are not a hard hat, if you are a soft hat, so rank 0 to 4. So that means you would be a recruit going in here, and that means until you get your hard hat, anytime you need to go off base for a business run to upgrade your business, go sell, buy a car, anything like that, doesn't matter what it is, you would need to have a general riding with you. We approve you would have to request for time off in the request on the chat box in your Discord, and when you get approved for it, you would have to have a general ride with you. You may not ever go off base without permission at any time, either a hard hat or a soft hat, but you don't need a general to ride with you for your business trips once you become a hard hat. Do you understand all that?
Yes, just one question.
Yes, sir.
When you say I'm not allowed to be away from keyboard, is there any exception? Like, what's the exception? When is it okay to be away from keyboard?
So the rule of thumb is you shouldn't be telling anybody. Like, I understand, and everybody else does, like, I'm cooking dinner, I'm standing right there, my keyboard is right there, but I'm cooking dinner. And I'm online, I have to take a second to reach over to push the button to talk to someone. There are people that have to take a phone call and they're watching the screen, but they can't talk on the device. So they might say OTP, which means they might type OTP in the chat box, which means they're on the phone. So they're not going to be able to talk to you or chat to you because they're on the phone. It's not that you can't be away from the keyboard for like more than 5 minutes. So like if you're going to be away from the you shouldn't be away from it even for that long. But we all kind of understand, like, yeah, you're doing something here or there. Like I as funny as it sounds, I do understand that some people have to go to the restroom when they're playing the game, and they'll put the game down for a split second, go to the restroom, wash their hands, and in that 2-second time period they're doing that, someone might be trying to talk to them or something. So you would just kind of pick up the device and answer their question when you get a split second. So it's not a matter of like you can't do other things in IRL. It's just a matter of you cannot be away from it and neglect it for like an extended period of time without eventually responding. So like if you were AFK, what would happen? I'll explain like what that would mean in just a second. So in regards to, I do want to finish the last 2 rules. RP13 is non-faction like roleplay, meaning you have to, if you get put into a soldier suit, you have to behave like a soldier at all times. And RP14 is non-sexual harassment or discrimination of any kind, whether it's race, religion, or sex or gender or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and explain to you kind of like in regards to what would happen. So if you're AFK and we're talking to you and we don't know, you're not moving. So you're not even moving like this. You're not doing anything. If you're moving, we know you're here. We know you're on the device. if you're not moving and you're standing in one spot and you're just kind of standing there and people are talking to you and you're not responding because you have the sound down and you're not anywhere near the device really, we're going to do what's considered an AFK check. And an AFK check will consist of us typing in the chat box that we're going to shoot you and tase you. We're not going to shoot you, but we will tase you and see if you respond from the taser. Usually someone doesn't like being tased, so they kind of get up and they're like, why did you tase me? I was right here. Because they were just on their phone or something like that, talking on a different device on their phone or something like that, or at work. So they'll get up and they'll be like, why'd you tase me? But if they don't respond, then we would do what we considered a wake-up check. So we would end up pulling out our guns and we would end up shooting at someone by someone's feet. We're not shooting the person. The point is not to shoot you and kill you. The point is to try and get you to hear the gunfire and wake up. So sometimes people will step away. Like I said, they're not supposed to. They're not supposed to step that far away from their device and just leave it sit. And we would end up having to shoot the ground and wake you up to see if you're there. So you're really not supposed to be more than like a foot away really from your device at any given time. You should be paying attention to it for the most part at all times when you're logged on. Like I make dinner, NRP in IRL, I'll make dinner. I'll be making dinner and I have my device sitting on the counter while I'm cooking dinner. I have the volume up so I can hear everybody and see everything going on because I have it on a kickstand. So I can see everything and I can hear everything, but if someone talks to me specifically, it might take me like 2 seconds to wipe my hands off so I can push the button and talk. Does that kind of help explain it a little bit better?
No, it does. It does. I get it now.
Okay. Yeah, if we record you for, I think it's 8 minutes. If I record you for 8 minutes and you don't move, you don't talk, you don't do nothing for 8 solid minutes, we consider that AFK for sure, and we will call an admin to come down and kick you off the game. So they'll log you off the game, and then you will, with our body cam submission of 8 minutes of being AFK, you would get a reprimand.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
Okay, so any questions in regards to anything I just went over with you?
No, it's pretty clear.
Are you okay with joining the military based off of everything I just explained to you, sir?
Yes.
Oops, sorry. You are? Okay, can you go ahead and type that in the chat box that you are agreeing to join the military? And can you please type, yes, I understand the rules that they were told to me. Okay, sir. Then we will welcome you to the military. If for any reason you decide you do not wish to stay, you wish to leave, you can at any time find one of the generals, the DFGs or the FG, The FG is Mr. Freemason. The DFG is me, Lulu Bean, and DFG Swag Jones. You can find any one of us, or you can message any of us, and you can also type it in the retirement on chat. If you ever decide you wish to just retire the military, you are welcome to just tell us that you wish to retire, okay? And we would do that for you. We're not going to try and keep people here who don't want to do that, who don't want to stay. But we would absolutely love for you to stay and be an awesome part of our team, sir.
Yeah, no problem. I get that.